My name is Benita G. I am the Education Concierge. I normally start off with a song. Not tonight. I'm going to start off with a story. So here it is. I grew up in rural Virginia, Lawrenceville to be exact, Brunswick County. It is also known as South Side Virginia. It's Mecklenburg, Greensville, Lunenburg, all of those burgs. It is about an hour south of Richmond. Actually met some Virginia State people the other day. So Virginia State is 45 minutes from where I grew up. Almost 2 hours to Tidewater. Went to Hampton University. It's like an hour and a half. DC is like 3 hours, depending on how fast you drive. Raleigh, Durham, 2 hours. And so we grew up in Southside Virginia. So I grew up listening to go-go. Love me some go-go. Grew up listening to blues and jazz and country music. Grew up listening to Luke. And I grew up listening to Salt and Pepper and Missy Elliott, of course. Don't play with me. We grew up watching Iverson and Bubba Chuck. And all of those things because all of that is Southside and Tidewater, Virginia. And we grew up watching TV. My parents did a great job. Our parents did a great job raising us, letting us know about Black history. I was surrounded by it, St. Paul's College, HBCUs, by understanding Native Americans, indigenous people history, just understanding history, period. A love for all cultures, even though there were not all cultures in my small community. It was Black or white. Some Mexicans came in seasonally. So if you don't understand what that is, the Mexicans came in to pick crops. So it's seasonally, and then they left, and then they would come back the next season for that same thing. So diversity was not big to me because it was not there. And I grew up watching Dukes of Hazzard. So if you are of my age or generation, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The rest of you will have to Google it. Dukes of Hazzard. That's where Daisy Dukes came in. So if you don't know the meaning of Daisy Dukes, Dukes of Hazzard. Okay. And I remember Family is Over. I don't know whatever day Dukes of Hazzard comes on. So Family is Over. My mom's brothers are there, and one of my mom's brothers, particularly Uncle Kenny, love you. I said, "What are y'all watching?" And we're like, "Oh, we're watching Dukes of Hazzard with Daisy Dukes, and the sheriff's gonna get them, and Jimmy Lee, and all of them." And he let us watch the show, and then after the show, he sat us down and he said, "You can't watch that again." And we were like, "What you talking about? We love Dukes of Hazzard." He said, "You can't watch that because of the Confederate flag that's draped across the car." And everyone in the house stopped. And they said, "Oh, yeah." And so we began to get an understanding of the Confederacy and what the Confederate flag really meant. At that time, I had not gone through history class, that particular part of history in school yet. So it was Civil War. All that was not something that had been taught in school. So my first lesson was at my home with family. And it wasn't in a negative or derogatory way. It was let me explain to you why, so you can understand why we don't need to support this. But this is what you can do. This is what we can watch. And this is what we need to support. This is how you need to respond. This is what you are. This is who you are. And I say that story to say this. Who are you? Which side are you on? Are we explaining things to the youth? Are we explaining things to each other? Are we listening to understand? Are we listening to learn? Are we being empathetic? Or are we simply watching because it's something to watch and we want to be entertained? All right. That story ended. I still loved me some Daisy Dukes. Look at them girl with them Daisy Dukes. So I want you to look at them girl with the Daisy Dukes. So everybody. Okay, so here we go. I gave you a little bit of a song. So last week we talked about a safe space. And the reason we talked about a safe space because we are navigating a new administration that is about to come in and how they might not prioritize education as we hope. the requirements, the resilience, and we want to be proactive and have proactive measures. Thus, tips and tools Tuesday and Thursday. So last week, I want to go back. Let me go back to SAFE. We said SAFE. So we said safe space, but we only did the word safe. So we said stay informed and adapt. A, advocacy and unity. F, focus on core skills. And E, engage. Hey, engage parents and community. So we said safe space. We're in this new administration. I saw something today that he said about education. I have not had the time to stop and read it and unpack it. I will before Thursday so we can talk about it some more. But this is just us getting ourselves together. What we know is to come. I'm always saying disrupt and dismantle, but I ain't never say get rid of. I am from rural Virginia. I teach students with disabilities. I have family members with disabilities. All of that is going to be affected and impacted. All of that. Getting into HBCU or PWI, period. I do know that a little bit about what was said today was that definitely to stop teaching the truth. And if we were taught teaching DEI and the truth, that there would be repercussions. And funding would be stopped and reallocated to those who were offended. That's why I said I need to unpack it some more, read more into it, and dig deeper so that I can be ready for that on Thursday. But here we go. SAFE, we did already. Let's talk about space for today. Tuesday, tips and tools with me, Benita G, the Edu Concierge or the Education Concierge, whichever one you want to do. Here it is. Space. Self-care and resilience. And we thank you. Self-care and resilience, what does that really mean? It means exactly what you hear, self-care and resilience. So let's unpack it. Prioritize your well-being to maintain the energy and optimism necessary for teaching. Ooh. Hold on, y'all. Y'all, I gotta send this message real quick, sorry. There it is. Okay. What? So Benita, what are you saying to me? I'm saying self-care and resiliency. Prioritize your well-being. Drink your water. Move your body. Exercise. Set up your boundaries. Block